Is this case related to the other case that we had earlier?
Yes, sir.
That was another person from Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Which, what are the odds of that?
He's an alleged co-defendant, yes.
Well, is he a co-defendant or you say alleged? I mean,
He is.
he's identified as that person, right?
Yes, sir.
Is the co-defendant in this?
For your education, yes, the answer is yes, Your Honor.
All right, in 25 CR 1342, what are we doing today?
I just provided supplemental discovery to defense counsel this morning, Your Honor. As I detailed with the co-defendant, we received some cell phone dump information from law enforcement after our last hearing in April. Ironically, it's what this attorney asked me to check into. And law enforcement was actively working on it, and I received it, made copies. I've hand delivered that to both counsel. You set the co-defendant's case for August 17th for trial. I would ask that we keep these matters together.
August 17th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just did that a little while ago.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Not from me. He may have some announcements. Yes.
So, yeah, the last court setting, I believe the only outstanding evidence I was requesting at that time, or at least I was aware of, was the two phone dumps. I believe the alleged co-defendant and my client's phones were both taken by police officers at the time of arrest. I've been given a flash drive and told it's a phone dump. I don't know which.
When did you get that?
Just now, I was sitting
Yes.
at the council table. As far as that, I intend on filing a motion for return of property since the state has fulfilled its desire to download and copy the phones so my client can get his phone back. That is not filed at this time, but I will be filing that shortly. Now that the state has done what they need with the evidence. As far as going to trial, the last court setting, we did assert our request for trial, speed trial. So that we go forward. I don't believe the state can prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. My client is claiming innocence.
Okay, so August 17th, is that
Yes,
what we're
sir.
saying? Set for trial, August 17th.
Can we do sooner?
Hmm?
Can we do sooner than that? Maybe end of July?
The you can only try one at a time, and everybody knows I've just finished my 610th felony jury trial,
Wow.
which according to the internet, no one's ever done that.
Yeah.
So we're fighting fires here. 22nd largest county with the 16th highest crime. And then in this court, a lot of people ask for trials, which is their constitutional right, and I honor that. But I can only try one at a time, and apparently no one has ever done that many.
Absolutely.
So we're booked up as much as we can be. We just finished a trial yesterday, another 610. So we'll get to this one, and we're all booked up and until then.
Should contain both phones.
I'm sorry.
It should contain both phones.
Anyway, that's what we're gonna do is we'll set it for them. Yes, sir.
You want to
And what we'll do is also, so we know, we'll prioritize it as a first setting, as a primary setting for everybody. Because generally there's like 20 cases on the docket, on a trial docket every Monday. And now it's just the way it is here.
For this one, Judge, we will need to make arrangements for a Mandarin interpreter.
Okay, who's gonna do that?
I'm just,
I do not know.
Y'all need to work together to see if y'all can agree to somebody, and because I don't know if there's one in Beaumont, but we may have to go to Houston to get it.
I think we did discuss this at the last.
Well, let's
court
don't wait until that day to get one. Let's get somebody who y'all can agree on, that's capable and lawfully fits the requirements so that we don't have to scramble around, because that could take a while. And we got 3 months here.
How would the court like to do, because I know, like, we're gonna get a translator all the way down here, and I don't want the court to have to pay for a translator to come all the way down here to sit here with a 20 case docket and not go.
That happens sometimes.
That's what the court would like to do.
But I want to prioritize this if it's specially set, but I wish I had $1 every time specially set cases didn't go for
Absolutely.
whatever reason. It's not because I didn't specially set them and everybody agreed to do it. Things happen. And in 3 months, things can happen, but you're going to get a trial here. And
Okay.
there'll be a trial unless I'm ill. There will be a trial on something that day. And hopefully, well, I'm ready, willing and able to do it.
Absolutely.
But if, yeah, let's dot all the i's, and one of those is make sure that a capable, qualified, agreed upon translator is here, ready, willing and able to go. How long do you think this case would take, Mr. Ham, to present?
Yes, sir.
How long would it take to present in your witnesses?
I have not
Yeah,
analyzed that at all, Judge. Honestly, I'm sorry, I have not figured out.
Because I don't have a grip on it at all. You know, I got to rely on the lawyers.
It's not going to take longer than the week the court would provide, Judge. I can assure you of that.
Anyway, that's what we can do, but we've already got fires,
Absolutely.
that bonfires going, that we will continue to deal with. I just wish there was a way to try more than one case at a time, but
Absolutely.
if I can figure it out, I'll do it. But my just, like I tell people, welcome to the criminal district court of Jefferson County, and nobody's tried more that I'm aware of. And I think there's an article in the internet on it.
I'm sure there
Somebody's
is.
researched it and they found nobody's ever done such a thing. So we are pioneers. Every case we try is a new record. And that's all I can do. I can promise you. And people get there. Everybody wants a trial. I understand it. But I'm the last person people can complain about, because I know there are courts that don't try hardly anything,
Yeah.
you know?
I'd
And
say the only judge that could probably give you a run for your money would be Judge Andrea Bell. And probably a few
where's she?
years, Harris County.
Oh, yeah, I'm
She
not,
has two
but I'm
trial
sure
rounds a
there are
week.
others, but nobody's recorded. I have the same bailiffs from when I began, and they said that when we started, they said, "Oh, you're trying a lot of cases, man, and we're going to keep count on them." So it's this my same bailiff, and one of them is the same. So he's the official keeper of the amount of cases, and yeah, we just finished 16. Yesterday.
And then one more thing, can my client be read his offer on the record? Just so it's on the record that I have a translator.
Well, you can put it into the record. Yeah, that's not an unusual event. And then you want him to understand, make an expression he understands, and he's making a voluntary choice to pass on that offer and go to trial.
Yes.
Yes, well, that's done all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Raise your right hand, sir.
Anything about this, so you talk about it.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Lower your hand. John, thank you.
Have I made you an offer on this case? Because I don't recall doing it.
You mentioned jail time at the last setting, but I don't remember the time that you provided.
Do I want to take a moment to discuss that? Okay. What do we have left? Is it Mr. Bordash that's still left? That's all we have?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's finish this matter. So we can just devote the rest of the time. Yes. I'm sorry. But
Thank you both of us.
I did have an offer. I apologize, sir. I did have an offer. Are you ready, Judge? The state's offer on this case to both co-defendants is a cap of 5 years.
does he know what that means? You can talk to him about what a cap means, because that's a, as you know, it's a variety of options that the court would have, which would include probation.
Yeah. So a cap would be, in other words, going to the judge with the state's request, whatever the penalty imposed would be in 5 years.
No more than, I'm sorry, no more than 5 years. That would be the most severe.
现在最高的是在中港的学习会多一点。
But there are two other options as well that are probations. Go
I
ahead.
can let you explain it if you'd rather. No problem.
There are three options that a cap. When it's cap, it means whatever sentence shall not exceed the most severe option, and that is, in this case, this was was it a third degree felony?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The punishment range for a third degree felony is no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison. And also, a fine up to $10,000 can also be assessed. A cap of 5 years in the agreement means whatever sentence, even though the punishment range by law is up to 10 years, then with this agreement, the defendant cannot be sentenced to more than 5 years. That would be the highest. That would be. There are two other options available. Forms of probation, which are not confinement, not imprisonment. One form is what we call regular probation, where someone is found guilty, sentenced, in this case, to no less than 2 nor more than 5 years confinement in prison with a cap of 5. And that confinement would be suspended, and I could place you on probation, and I could place you on probation for up to 10 years in length. There would be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary in all cases. But in this case, it looks like restitution would be an issue. Is there a loss here at all?
20,000.
Yeah. One of the conditions of probation is if restitution is actually proven, then I would order the person responsible or persons responsible on probation to pay back the loss to the victim. If you failed on probation, then your probation could be revoked. If you failed to perform the conditions of probation, it could be revoked, and then you could be sentenced by the court to up to 5 years in prison if that happened. So probation is a second chance. You don't go to prison as long as you follow the terms. At the end of the time, if you did well, the case is terminated. But you have been found guilty, and that could affect future. You've been found guilty of a felony in that case, and that could affect job opportunities, maybe.
Citizenship.
Maybe, I don't know. Now, there's There's a third option. It's a form of probation. It's called deferred or unadjudicated probation. And in that case, if that were done, I would make a finding that there is enough evidence to find you guilty. But I would defer or postpone any finding of guilt as long as you follow the terms and conditions of probation. If you did that, at the end of your probation, the case would be dismissed. And you would not be found guilty. If you failed on deferred probation, your probation could be revoked, then I could find you guilty and you could be sentenced up to the cap, in this case, up to 5 years in prison. Now, that third option is the kind of probation that we use most regularly on probation because people have a second chance. But they have to perform probation properly, or else their probation could be revoked. So deferred or unadjudicated probation, if you do well, the case is dismissed, you move on, and you're not found guilty. On regular probation, you are found guilty. You were sentenced, placed on probation. If you do well, at the end of your probation, if you do well, the case is terminated, but you are still found guilty. You just don't go to prison. That's important. And then again, the final option is prison. No less than 2 nor more than 5 years confinement in prison. Okay. So those are the 3 options. Yeah, nobody wants prison, of course.
Yeah.
But that's why when people generally, very, very, very few people ever say, I want to go to prison. But some people are before me and they're not confident that they can successfully complete probation because they know they have issues and problems. But out of the people who are placed on probation in my court, 93% are successful probationers. 93. National average is 75, I think.
That's very high. Right.
93 is very high because we have a good probation office that work with the defendants because we don't want to see failure. And we're very proud of that. That's good for the probationer, good for everybody. The important issue here, I think, in this case is restitution. And that's generally the most important issue in all theft cases. We're going to make sure that the person who's victimized gets their money back, whatever they lost. That's important. That's all, and that's what's right and fair. So those are your 3 options, and Your attorney seems like a smart man and he'll help you understand the good and the bad on each of those and what decision will help you in giving you information so you can make the right choice. Now, we're not going to do that today.
Absolutely.
So what do you want to do today?
I just wanted my client to be made aware on the record what his current offer is, a record present that he does have a translator present, ensuring that that has been conveyed. I've seen some appellate cases where that can come up. I want to make sure we're getting ahead of anything like that. And that my client wants to proceed to trial at this time. I'm unaware of this.
We're going to set this for trial. If you want to decide to plead guilty and make a deal, maybe on those probation offers or whatever, let us know because we have a lot of cases on trial. We try more than anybody here, but if it can be disposed of without a trial, let's do that. And if he wants to get on probation, then let us know so that we can move it off the trial docket. The important thing is the quicker you get on probation, if that's what you're going to do, the faster you're on probation, the faster it ends. Delays in this court don't help anybody. It's not good for anybody. So make a decision as soon as possible. Well, until then, we'll put it on the trial docket. Anything else?
Nothing further from the defense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please get a resetting from
Correct. So I was going to say.
this lady.